Why are switchblades illegal in Ohio?
Spring-loaded.
Yes, but why are they illegal in Ohio and not other states?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, I get that spring-loaded equals dangerous, and if it's in your pocket or if you hand it to someone,
Right.
I understand that. But why then can it still be legal in other states in the country? You know what I mean?
I mean...
And also the fact that you can go to a gun convention right now and still buy a switchblade or a spring-loaded switchblade in Ohio. So, like,
for the legal reason, it is because it's not directly something stated in the Constitution, so that makes it a state right to vote on.
I see.
Why other states decide it's not a bad thing to have spring-loaded, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, like, not a huge plus side. That you like if
there's no big like this is why you should
pocket
use it.
knives.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. So they're not illegal anymore.
Oh,
What?
really?
As of 2021, because I thought I did something about this. So there was a change.
Stuff.
Wait, shut up. There was a change made to the Ohio knife law. So you are now allowed to carry a concealed knife. So you are allowed to have those. You are allowed to have brass knuckles.
I see.
See, I remember
Billy
all
club.
that. I didn't think spring-loaded shit was in there though.
Yep, sandbags, blackjacks. What's a blackjack?
Sandbags.
Switchblade knives.
Ring pops, curly cues.
Doodle hooters.
What's a gravity knife?
Probably like a butterfly knife.
Something out of Halo?
Oh yeah, good
Probably
point.
a butterfly knife
Yep.
is what I would think of.
Yeah, so
like an energy.
You can have energy swords and grab hammers.
So I can
beam rods.
So we can carry around brass knuckles.
Yeah.
That's
You
wild.
don't?
Brass knuckles are cool as shit.
I always
love
think
brass
of William
knuckles.
Regal, man.
Yeah.
Every time, just
I carry them
fucking
around to
love-
feel like William Regal.
I carry them around. I wear a knee
in my
pad.
underwear.
If you see me with a knee pad on, you know I have brass knuckles. That's just how that works.
Also, like, imagine how badass it would feel to. First of all, imagine how badass it would feel to like punch someone in the face and have it connect, and everyone's like, oh. But like, if you're wearing brass knuckles and it's like, oh, I gotta defend my kin or something like that.
What are you
Like,
doing in a fight?
You have your brass knuckle, you slug them, and they just immediately
Like you guys are standing there talking shit to each other. You're like, yeah, bitch. And then you see him reach to his pocket and put on some knuckles. You're going, I'm shit. Whatever you said, buddy. I mean, damn.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
I gotta go.
I got a good story about that. So right after that passed, this doesn't make it legal because the circumstance is still very illegal around this.
Right.
Okay.
My cousin, who is 16, goes to a not so great school district.
Okay.
And he comes up to me the one day. I was over his house, and he goes, "I want to show you a fight that happened in the bathroom." I'm like, "Okay." Number
Classic
one,
public school.
right? Number one, you just filmed it, but all right. So he comes up to me, and there's literally these two kids just fighting, circle of guys around them, like would be in a public school bathroom, right?
Fight Club.
And they're fighting, and the one dude jumps on his back. He throws him off, turns around, and takes out brass knuckles.
Wow.
And fucking whacks this kid in the back of the head.
Wow.
I'm like, that's a felony.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
huge. That's huge. You're not fighting in the bathroom
Yeah, no,
anymore.
no,
You're
no.
committing crime.
Yeah.
So you're fighting. So you're.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I've seen a fight or two in high school, but goddamn, man.
I love this. This might be bad. I feel like this might be a bad thing. I
feel
go
like-
back and forth, but
I feel like you're going to say something that we both agree with.
I was
Well,
just
Like
saying,
all three of us are going to agree on what you're about to say.
you started the Rebel podcast today, the Rebel radio show, hot with, you think Jared Fogle gets raped a lot in prison, and then an advocation for killing people. So, you were on it today.
I really like watching fight videos.
Absolutely.
Watching
yeah,
people
yeah,
watching people
100%.
fight. There's a subreddit called Fight Porn. And
Yes.
I love it,
Yeah.
dude. I scrolled through that shit endlessly because it's like there's something about it, and it like for me, I think it unlocks something like Neanderthalic in my brain of like man hit man and hit.
Like
You know,
I
like,
even
I
enjoyed
start
them.
grunting.
The best UFC commentator.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I even enjoyed them in high school. But we would do that thing where like we stand around and then once like for instance the story you shared, Jordan, with the brass knucks. As soon as we saw that, we'd break it up.
Right,
Yeah.
But like if it's just a good clean fight, fuck
Yeah.
it. Let them go.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta fight to fight, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I don't know. I really can't explain it.
Yeah.
But
No, I agree.
it's
I
something
agree
that happens.
100%. yeah, I just think, I don't know, there's something about, and like, I tiptoe between this is cool and I enjoy this and this is bad and I like shouldn't be there's
Why am I watching?
Yeah,
this?
why do I watch this?
The weirdest thing is the best fight I ever saw was between two women. Full on.
I mean, I bet.
No. Full on fist fight. It happened when I was in high school and walking down the hallway with a buddy of mine, and we hear, "You fucking bitch," and we turn around and we're like, "Oh!" And as we're turning around, we start hearing the like the hard. Right on. And we turn around. And so like the one girl is on the ground. Okay. She had long bangs. The one who's punching her has her bangs wrapped up in her hand and is just punching her in the top of the head.
That's crazy.
So then the teacher comes out, and the teacher, big dude, older, big dude, legs that are like very heavy set, but massive legs because the dude was just like ridiculously strong back in the day. And he's break it up. And we hear she pulled her hair out. So like for the listener, almost imagine if a unicorn's horn was ripped out.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like for like 6 months. You just saw like this bald spot right in the middle of her, like right at the top of her head. And we're all like, damn.
It was weird. We never had like a lot of fights at our high school. That wasn't like a big thing that
typically when there was a fight, it was, hey, do you want to fight?
Yeah, like it wasn't
for fun.
Yeah, there wasn't like people bumping into each other in the hallway and then that starts a kerfuffle or anything like that.
See,
it was very tame and like I think it was because our school was so small. Yeah. Everyone just kind of knew each other. And so if there was big drama, it had so many eyes on it that it almost was like, you can't do anything. Otherwise, you're going to get caught.
Yeah, someone will find out. Right.
So the funny thing is kind of the same thing with my high school, very small, but it was the complete opposite because everybody would instigate it. Okay. So then they're like, did you hear what Kyle said about you? Kyle said you're a bitch. Oh, yeah? Fuck Kyle. Hey, Kyle, did you hear what he said? He said, fuck you. Fuck him. And we had a lot of those people that like, we had a lot of good old boys at our school there. So they was fighting for pride today. Like, you ain't going to talk shit about him none.
Like Shane said, you're defending your kin.
Right.
Exactly. That's exactly right. We got to watch our land. They ain't going to take that from me. My great granddaddy bought this here house for $1,500 200 years ago. Hey, you what now?
My cousin.
Little people.
Oh, they're boxing in a bathroom.
There's World Star playing on the Robotron.
It said Little People Fight Club at the bottom.
Jake, why don't you work in news anymore?
Okay.
Hey, I didn't say the word. I said little people.
I actually I have a video of this on my phone. But
what?
There was a
I thought you meant of this.
No. There was a little person that because I remember actually there was a fight, or at least I
know exactly what you're talking about.
I saw a fight at my school one time. It was during track, and we were like all in the guys' locker room. It was all the guys. There was like a rainstorm or something, so we all had to go into the building, and I forget how it started, but we have a little person in our school, or we had a little person in our grade that went to our high school, and he instigated. He was an instigator, or at least sometimes. And he started a fight, like somehow, I don't even know how, but there was a fight between like a regular sized big athletic dude and a little person at our school. And it was the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my life. He like picked him up with one hand and like threw him onto a chair. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. I have a video of it. Yeah. It was it's one of those things where like they were fighting and I like feel bad for the little person kind of, but also like if the little person is the one that started it.
He had it coming, right?
It's like how bad can you feel, you know?
My cousin used to tell me in school, him and 3 of his buddies, we had an elevator that like you really weren't allowed to use. It was for like kids in wheelchairs and stuff, right? So we had an elevator and people used it from time to time, but it was frowned upon because our school was 2 floors. So him and his buddies would leave 5 minutes early from lunch, which was on the bottom floor, and their class was on the 2nd floor. They had a math class. And the elevator, old school, so it was really slow. He would tell me him and his buddies used to leave lunch 5 minutes early, get on the elevator, and fight until the doors opened.
I just saw...
and it ended when someone brought a horseshoe to use as brass knucks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw there are two, both very interesting. There's professional car fighting where two people buckle up and sit driver
I'm
passenger
so into that.
in a car, and then they have to unbuckle, like the bell rings and they unbuckle and fight each other.
I'm so into that.
Maybe they don't have to unbuckle, but like they start off buckled, so it's probably in your best intent to unbuckle. And then I saw on top of that, the same company that like funds that mission, they also do telephone booth fighting.
Yes.
Where, like two people in a
I have
telephone
seen
booth.
that. I have seen that.
They like
That
do-
is stolen.
Is it?
Telephone booth fighting, I'm convinced, because that comes from a shark cage match.
Mm.
And back in the day, a shark cage match was they get a shark cage and put two guys in the shark cage and they fight to try and get out.
That's crazy. That's a crazy. I like.
Yeah, yeah. Now a shark cage match is someone dangling in a shark cage above the ring, which is, I don't see the stipulation, but I think the telephone thing was based off that. Also, thought you were going to bring up chess boxing. Big ass fan of chess boxing.
Chess boxing is also equally as interesting. Any form of like, we fight, but there's this weird stipulation.
Yeah,
It's always interesting to me.
My buddy Joe boxes, and I told him I would compete with him in a chess boxing match because he's never played chess. So I'm like, I think that's fair ground.
You're like, I got you.
I will go one round with you.
I think maybe to bring it back full circle, I think maybe that's why I like watching fighting, because it's fighting, but like on free roam. Like they're not like in a boxing ring.
It's open world fighting.
It's open world fighting. It's like they're not in a ring. There's no cage around them. It's just, hey man, I went to Subway and then me and this dude started throwing dukes at each. Like shit got crazy.
Right.
It's the animal instinct you have when you get bored in GTA and walk around and just punch pedestrians
Yes,
as they're walking.
exactly.
You just get
exactly.
yeah, that's funny.
Like so okay, today on the show we talked about by the way, stylesrubberradio.com. Make sure you check out the show live every Wednesday. All streaming platforms. But there was this dude who like ordered a pizza from Little Caesars, and then the Little Caesars guy got mad, or I don't know, some kind of fucking altercation happened, and the Little Caesars guy slammed the guy's pizza that he ordered and like broke it. And my thought, I don't know if I brought it up on air, but like I have half the mind if I'm that guy whose pizza's smashed. If I was already in a pissy mood, because from what I got from the article is the guy was already kind of in a pissy mood, I would be throwing dukes with that pizza guy.
I'd
Like
be pretty pissed off.
I'm starting to, because so you might have to fill me in a little bit better, but from my understanding, what happened is guy orders pizza on Little Caesars app, so it's not a hot and ready. It's just he like actually ordered it like a regular pizza place. He gets there and then he's like, hey, now that I have my pizza that I ordered, by the way, do you have a hot and ready? And the guy's like,
He replied with, "Do you want to wait?
yeah. Do you want to wait? Which is kind of already, there's a tood. There's already a little bit of tood.
Just give me a yes or no."
And then, I haven't seen the video, but Jordan Style has, apparently the guy who ordered the pizza gives the Little Caesars worker like tood back. Like says something.
So
yeah,
comes in, gets his pizza that he paid for already ordered, grabs it, asks the worker, he goes, "By the way, do you guys have a hot and ready? I want to buy another pizza." And the guy replies, "Do you want to wait?" And the guy purchasing says, "Well, no, I wanted to know if you guys had them ready. Is that still a thing?"
Mm-hmm.
And then the manager came by and said the same thing. So when he got this answer twice, he said, "I mean, it's 6 PM. Do you guys do this still or not?" The dude got mad and smashed his fucking pizza and told him to get the hell out.
And see,
Get the fuck out, sorry.
Yeah. That's like... So manager comes around and tells me the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a little
Like, can't I just get a yes or no?
Yeah, just tell me yes or no. Like, if there's none ready, that's fine. I'm out. See ya. If there is one ready, I'll give you a $5 bill and I'll take it.
I will purchase this pizza.
The correct answer is no. Would you like to wait?
Right.
So if he would have said yes or no, would you like to wait? Then I think that whole thing is
But-
wow.
So again, let's. I want to circle. I'm going to circle here. That if I'm like, I don't know, say hypothetically a fight broke out in that situation, and I'm either guy. I don't know. I guess if I'm the guy who's working at Little Caesars, it might be a little bit different because my employment is on the line. But like, if I'm the guy who ordered the pizza and a fight breaks out, there are no rules. Especially if the guy, I don't know. we talked about it on the show. There comes a point when you're like a victim, or like say you get jumped and someone starts like trying to rob you or something like that.
Right.
Instantly, there are no rules anymore.
Correct.
The rules of society have been thrown out the window.
I think you really want to fight someone, because not 3 hours ago you told me the situation where there would be no rules would be like, if there's like an abuser and it's my kid, there's no rules. Now it's a pizza.
Oh.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if there is ever a situation where the societal norm doesn't happen and I'm in a new scary situation, I think I'm throwing all the bars to the way.
It's fight or flight, right?
Yeah, it's fight or flight, and I'm probably going to choose fight. You know, like I
am going to choose one of the two things.
It's just like, it's so interesting that you can get robbed, or like say, so this was the example that we used on the show. You can get sexually assaulted, and then you can go and kill or hurt or whatever your sexual offender, and you'll still do time. Like it's still you're still gonna get convicted. I would almost, I think depending on the severity of what happened, I would be okay with the time done. Depending on
definitely.
You know what, like depending
Absolutely.
on what happened, I would be like, yeah, okay, fuck, I don't care. Like, give me 10 years.
And even like,
you know?
when you're in prison and they're like, what are you in for? Oh, so and so did this, so I fucked him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Like nobody's gonna mess with
It's
you.
it's a valid reason on top of that, of like, even if I do go to jail, it's not going to be for like a bitch thing. Right? I'm not Jared Fogle. I'm not going to get raped. You know, like I'm probably going to be on the good side.
Well, that's like, and people always look at me when I'm nuts. Like I'm nuts when I say this. So I always say to people, I can understand murdering someone. I can't understand rape.
Yeah.
Fair.
I can't.
Yeah.
Like
Fair.
I can understand being pushed. Like if somebody, like an abusive parent, whatever it might be, I
Right.
can understand somebody like in their mind just snapping.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
something like that happens.
That's the last straw.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
I
it
can
is a
never.
snap. It's like,
I can never in my life understand rape or sexual assault.
Yeah.
I cannot
exactly.
do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So if somebody were to turn around and fuck up whoever did that to them, I get it.
Right. And that's exactly my point. Like, or okay, an example that I had in my brain on the show was, like, say you're about to get sexually assaulted, right? All bars are off. If I kill the person, obviously it would be like semi-accidental, because I'm just trying to
Defense.
I'm just trying to defend myself, and
Right.
if the person happens to die, then they happen to die. But like, I'm throwing the bar. No, there are no laws at this point. I'm using whatever I can around me. I'm whatever defense, you know, like I'm going primal. I'm going like animal.
Who was that? I got to try to remember the name. The Ohio State doctor, or he was it was the gymnastics doctor who ended up sexually assaulting all of those.
Yeah.
With that dad went after him. And
Yeah.
I completely understand
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
And I recently watched the clip and he's asking the judge, can I just get a minute alone?
Yeah.
And the judge is going,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but that is not how this works.
Yeah.
Right.
And he just went after the guy anyways.
Yeah.
I completely get that.
Right.
So if anything, just have the guy, I wouldn't even have charged him with anything. Put the guy in a cell for a little bit. Let him calm down.
Yeah.
Let him get his composure.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if at that point, if I'm the judge, I'm going in there and I'm talking to him and I'm going, look, I get the way you're feeling.
Yeah.
But you got to let this play out legally.
Right.
You have to let the
You
system
have to-
do what what it's put in place to do.
Exactly. You have to go by the books.
Right.
You can't. Yeah.
He dies.
Had to throw in if he dies, he dies. I didn't think it was going to be that fucking loud, but
Hey, if he dies, he dies.
if he dies, he dies.
What is that from?
Rocky?
Oh, okay.
New Creed 3 looks pretty good.
Haven't seen anything about it.